perfect. Yeah, you walk that walk, watch the miles go by. You're so picture perfect.
Welcome back, everybody, to another episode of Bravo Tea with a Stay-at-Home Mom. I'm Erica, and I'm ready to get into the Bravo Tea, but I have a special guest to get into all the Bravo Tea with me. Welcoming back my husband, Mike.
Hi, guys.
It's our little mom and dad's night out, and we've been home all week with our girls for spring break. So I was like, before we go out to a lovely little early dinner, let's sit down with a cocktail and record the pod.
Thank God.
I know. Shout out to all the parents that didn't go on a vacation. We didn't go anywhere with them just because it was our daughter's birthday, and we're doing a birthday party next weekend. And it's just like, sometimes it's fun to hang here, but then sometimes you also run out of ideas.
Yeah, so we needed this night.
Yeah. Well, we had to tell them what we did, though, with the girls. It was cute. We went to King of Prussia Mall and did this little Bluey camp, it's called. So it was like a pop-up in the mall. It's been there for like 3 months. We met Bluey and Bingo, and we walked around like a replica of their house.
Yeah, it was cool.
That was cute. And there wasn't that many people there. I liked that.
The girls loved it.
Yeah, we kept it a surprise until that day I laid out their Bluey t-shirts. And then we did like a cutesy, foofy little dinner with them. We went to Eddie V's. It's like a steak place. So, fun fact, I was there last year in Boca with my friend Jeannie when we were seeing Vicky and Shannon. And I thought that was like the only one. And then I saw there was one at King of Prussia. And I'm like, oh, let's go there.
Yeah, I highly recommend it. Eddie V's owned by Capital Grill.
Yeah, it was good. So I guess that's just like they own both of them. And then I guess there's more than one Capital Grill too. Like it's not just in Pennsylvania. So, But alas, we have survived spring break. We're towards the end, but we're prepping for summer also.
Cheers.
Cheers. So we have our
We're gonna
cocktail.
have a cocktail.
I have my skinny spicy margarita. He just has like a vodka cranberry, so boring.
Now, everybody, let us know if you're supposed to stare at your partner when you're doing a cheers.
Yeah, that's our new thing.
Something we just learned, so I don't know if anybody knows about it.
But we like laugh. So the rules of cheersing are you can never cheers with water. It's bad luck.
Right.
And you can't cheers with an empty glass. That's bad luck.
Correct.
I feel like that's even worse luck than like just the water.
But I never heard of eye-to-eye staring.
Yeah, and then it's like, it says you have to look each other in the eye or everyone. So I'm like, what if there's a group? Do we like swiftly stare at everybody?
So the last couple of cheers we did, it's weird. Like we're staring at each other.
Yeah, they were just laughing. But
So I hope everybody had a nice Easter.
yeah, we had a nice Easter. And the weather's been nice here now. So thank goodness. Because we're not blessed to live somewhere that's nice all year
So
round.
happy Easter to everybody.
Yeah, happy belated Easter. Wait, and you actually haven't been on the pod since I had your surprise party. I didn't even tell everybody that. I threw Mike a 50th surprise party back in February. That was possibly the hardest secret I've ever had to keep. I felt like I was cheating. I don't know how Tom Sandoval and Raquel lived that double life for 9 months because I'm not meant for it. I was like deleting texts with like his sister and like my mom, or like I'd go in a closet in the day and call my mom.
I never go through your phone anyway.
I know, but it's just like, God forbid something popped up.
You could have 3 boyfriends and I wouldn't know.
Well, I wouldn't, just to let you know right here and now because of the stress. That's what I mean. I don't know how they did it, like Scandival.
Some people are built for it.
I guess. And you know what I've read? Like a lot of people like the thrill. And then once their cover's blown and the thrill's gone, it's like they actually don't like each other.
Yeah.
At the end of the day. So it's like you blow up each other's lives for no reason, pretty much. But speaking of blowing up the lives, we got the Valley. Everyone's life is blowing up. We got Jax and Brittany in turmoil. We got Jesse and Michelle in turmoil. So on TikTok, I asked everyone if they would rather be married to Jax or Jesse. And some people said Jesse, and that's what I said. And then some people said the bear.
Who's that?
So do you know like what that thing is?
No.
So women are saying, I feel like this came out like last year. We would rather be stranded in the woods with a bear, which is obviously very scary and violent, than a man, because men can be psycho to women.
Well, that's funny because the show I'm watching right now,
Mm-hmm.
It's called Valhalla Vikings, and Erica hates it, but
It's weird.
so a guy just got like he had to spend a winter because when you're a Viking, you have to spend a winter and he had to kill a bear, and I don't think you would want to be stuck with a bear.
No, definitely not. I know.
I'll take Jax over the bear.
Yeah. Definitely take Jesse. I mean, like, I feel like they're both narcissists and selfish, but I feel like Jax is like throwing the coffee table at Brittany's leg, and Jesse is just like crying and blackmailing Michelle.
If there's a D, like none of the above, I would do that.
Yeah.
So no Bear, Jesse, or Jax.
Yeah, I'd just be alone. I would just be alone.
There you go.
And at least Brittany and Michelle have enough friends that they feel secure to leave these men. Because back in the day, Brittany moved from Kentucky. She has no family here, but she's made so many friends that like Jax's friends are Brittany's friends.
Jax needs like a yes sir girl, like not a girl that's going to be like, oh, your coke problem. He needs somebody that is going to be like, okay, Jax, let's try to help you like get your coke problem, and you know.
No, she is doing it.
I know, but
she actually was a yes sir for a long time.
Well, yeah, and they were together,
but now they have a kid. That's when I feel like Michelle and Brittany have
he's
stopped
doing coke around the kid.
Yeah.
Oh, I didn't know that.
That's why Brittany's put up with a lot, but now that there's a son, and then some people are giving Brittany shit like, oh, well, Jax was always the person he was. Like, it's your fault for not knowing. I'm going to sympathize with her a little bit. We all go out, we all party. But when you do have kids, you scale back. Mm-hmm. So maybe she naturally thought, well, we have a kid now. He's just going to behave.
Yeah.
I mean, like, how many people...
Nah, they're good. They're good apart.
Yeah. But he can't stand the fact of knowing she's with someone else, I think. He lies on camera in the after show, and he's like, no, I want Brittany to move on.
And I kind of think she's wrong, even though you say that guy is not his friend. It's still somebody that they both knew together. Yeah. So I still think it's wrong on her part. It's LA. There's 50 million people in LA. She has to pick somebody that Jax hung out with.
It is a little
friends
wrong.
Or not.
I know. It is a little wrong. I will say that. But that's
a low blow.
Yeah, but you know what's hypocritical? Back in the day, he slept with Kristen Doty when she was with Tom
I'm
Sandoval.
Not saying two wrongs make it right.
I know.
I'm saying she was wrong. Because even Lala hooked up with him. So, like, don't even do that.
I know. That is kind of funny that, like, we've never seen him, though.
Well, Delaware's so small. It's, like, weird here.
10 degrees of separation. Yeah. I know. But Janet is talking to Brittany just about why she's still mad at Kristen. I think it's weird she refers to her as Crazy Kristen. And then Kristen said on Watch What Happens Live, she's like, yeah, I mean, let's remember Janet was a fan of Vanderpump Rules, because that's what like we call Kristen, Crazy Kristen from Vanderpump. And you do have to wonder, are some of these people like watching the show and they're fans of the show before they're really friends with these people? Like if I got cast right now on, let's say, Summerhouse, well, I'm already like fans of these people because I've already watched them. That's why like after a while, some of these shows get weird. It was like Danielle Cabral on The Real Housewives of New Jersey. She was like a fan. Or even like Jennifer Aiden. I feel like she came on and she's like a fan. The show's been around so long.
Well, it's kind of like our point with like Lily and Teresa. Like I think Lily like scoped her out and started jogging like when she was out there. Sure. Definitely lined her up.
For sure. I do too. That'll be a whole nother topic at the end. We'll talk about them again. But Kristen comes over to visit Jax. And this is all like I feel like filmed on the same day because you could tell by their clothes. And P.S. Can Jax not wear a Jax's Studio City hat and sweatshirt? Like, we get it. We know you own that place. And what a fail putting your name.
They might make him do that.
They probably make him do it. And obviously it's just smart to do it.
Like he probably didn't put nearly as much money as the partners did. And the partners are like, look, we'll put your name on there, but you got to talk us up on the show.
But you know what? Now that all this is happening, I bet they wish they didn't name it after him. Just like Schwartz and Sandy's. Remember that guy, Greg, that invested with them right after Scandival? He was shoving Tom Sandoval out the door so quick because he was like ruining. Everyone was giving them 1 star, saying there was like cockroaches in the kitchen.
Do they still have that place?
No, it closed.
Oh my God.
Like
that guy had to lose a ton of money.
I know. They put way too much money in. It was next to like a laundromat and like a pet store.
So Tom is still open, but that one's gone.
That's Lisa though, basically.
So that guy took a bath.
Yeah. Remember Lisa was going to buy them out or something?
Yeah, but she would have made it work.
Oh, no, she was going to buy Greg out.
Yeah, she would have made it work.
But you know what? She would have not she didn't like that location. Location is everything. Mm. And Lisa has all the restaurants like in a row and in the best spot. So she pays a little more, but no one's going to that hoopty shopping center where they were. Yeah. But anyway, Kristen comes to visit Jax. She's telling him, you can't even see your son right now. If this isn't a wake-up call, I don't know what is. But in Jax's nature, he's trying to blame Brittany for everything. And he's like, yeah, but anybody would have flipped out. And then Kristen's like, yeah, people can be upset, but like no one should be throwing furniture at her freaking leg. And then this is the part that I fully believe. He body shames her, but then we got into it even more on the after show. That sick man body shamed Brittany during pregnancy. I don't put it past him that he body shamed her after pregnancy, which is awful because all of you men don't do the body work that our bodies do for the baby. Like, we're the ones that are suffering. And she was struggling with her weight, and then she got pregnant, and then it's definitely hard to lose the weight after. And then the boobies got so big, I feel like. And he's calling her tree trunk. Well,
that's not nice. And I want to say you look very beautiful tonight.
Oh, thanks. But I mean, he should never be body shaming her. But while she's pregnant, are you freaking kidding me? She's literally growing a child in her body. Like, what's your excuse for your
child?
Yeah, your block neck, Jax. You never been pregnant, and I think Jax is ugly. That's the other thing. I wouldn't want to pick Jax or Jesse because they're ugly. They're all ugly. But I thought that was foul.
Ugly, but
Jax is like, it's so funny. Like, it was like a big secret until this episode that like he was on coke. Like, he thinks we don't know. It's like, dude, we have eyes and ears. We watch you for years on Vanderpump. I knew you were doing coke. I just didn't think fast forward to now you'd still be doing it. I mean,
I agree.
So then everyone's just coming over, taking turns. Like Danny and Jason come
trying
over.
to help him.
Yeah, like an intervention.
It seems like everybody was like, if you're at rock bottom, get help.
Mm-hmm. And then this facility calls, and they call him Jason. Every time like we use his real name, it's funny. But it's a mental health facility. And immediately the guy's like, okay, it's a 30-day check-in. I feel like that's normal. Jax already has a problem with it. And he's like, okay, how much is it? And they're like $30,000, which is wild for 30 days. And then he's like, what if I don't stay the whole 30 days? Like, already saying he doesn't
30.
need.
Yep.
Yeah. And they're like, well, it's still $30,000. And it's like, bitch, stay the 30 days. Like,
I don't think he's ready to get help yet. I think he's trying to, if you're not going to commit to the 30 days, you're not ready.
I know. And it's kind of like,
if he's already talking about not doing the whole 30 days and complaining about the money, then he's not ready to get help. He's just doing it for everybody else.
I know. I thought that was wild that like he was just so upset that he had to stay the 30 days. It's like, you already can't see Cruz, so like who cares? And you're already separated from your wife. Like, stay the 30 days because you probably have to.
Right.
But then we got Michelle and Jesse also struggling. So she comes over to meet with Jesse about Isabella's schedule. And I can already see they're not going to see eye to eye ever for the next 14 years of this child's life. And Jesse's kind of putting the waterworks on. And Michelle said she's so like low-key mean to him. But this is what I think Jesse and Jax do. I think they're really nasty to Michelle and Brittany off camera. And then on camera, they're like, oh, well, what about me and poor me? And you're doing this? It's like, no. So she said, of course you're going to cry. And then she's like, you're the one that has said you don't even care. I'm the mother of your child. And Jesse leaves Isabella with random nannies. And I believe that because Oh, you were going to say something.
Well, I just think that she used to be like a yes sir, and now she's
Mhm.
not. She's like got a new man in her life, and he's struggling with it.
Well, and this is the thing that Jax and Jesse don't understand. Brittany and Michelle, like, you try to compromise a marriage and maybe just throw in the towel because it's easier. Guess what? You're not married to them anymore, so they don't have to throw in the towel, and they don't have to apologize, and they don't have to do what you want because they're divorced from you.
Done.
So I feel like they're just not used to Michelle and Brittany being this strong.
People that don't do the best, if you see a couple and they strive, even if they hate each other, they just try to co-parent for the children. Those are the good couples.
Yeah.
When they try to just beat each other up and the kids see it, and it's just a shame.
And I do kind of feel like he's being difficult on purpose because his ego is deflated because she left.
He's disgusted.
Yeah. But it's like, well, maybe don't be a douche.
Yep. No,
Yeah. But how do you feel like we're going to get into the root of it, I think, this season? Apparently, Michelle did cheat on him. So therefore, I could see him being angry like this.
Still, when it's done, it's done. You got to be there for the kids.
But you know why also she cheated on you? Not that people should cheat, because you're a douche. Like, maybe don't be a douche, and she wouldn't have cheated. Because I feel like if Jesse wasn't a douche, he would probably be fun to marry to. He always wants to be fancy. He wants to
Are they divorced on paper? So they're divorced on paper?
Yeah. Okay. I think it's being drawn out a little bit, but they're legally separated, and so are Jax.
Because I think California got to wait a little bit, right, or something.
Yeah, and it's probably so Jesse and Michelle, this is my other thing. Not only are they arguing over a kid, which probably takes a while, they did real estate together. They're probably arguing over who gets what clients.
Because they're realtors, right?
They're like custody for the clients.
They were agents, yeah.
Yeah, that would be hard. And then Jax and Brittany, I mean, they both get paychecks from the same show, and they have the kid, but she has hightailed it out of there to an Airbnb. I talked about this on the last episode. I think that's awful too. Jax, you're so selfish that you made your kid leave the house. And we've now, Brittany has come out, did a whole People article. Cruz does struggle with autism. Yeah,
it's a shame. I saw him. He was looking up all the time.
Yeah, and so not just because he can't talk to them, he has ears.
Remember when Sandoval and Ariana shared the house? That was terrible.
Yes.
That was terrible.
I mean, they didn't have kids. I think if they had kids, she wouldn't have done that.
No, but I'm saying it's probably good that Brittany got an apartment.
But Brittany has to pay for this Airbnb and the mortgage on this house.
Yeah, I get it.
And Jax is the problem. He should have went and slept on Schwartz's couch for free.
Yeah, it's been cheaper.
You know what I mean?
It's been cheaper.
Yeah, but see, that's why he's selfish and doesn't care.
On a side note, before you do that, are Kyle and Maurizio divorced on paper, or are they still? Because he has that big company now, right?
Not yet. I know. I made you
that might be ugly.
Mike doesn't like watching the reunions.
The agency, right? Is that what it's called?
So the 3 parts for Beverly Hills, Mike was in and out, but on the last part, Andy was really drilling her. Well, remember I showed you because that was when Kathy was laughing when Kyle was
I watched that
half confessing she's a lesbian.
Yeah, I watched that one with you. That's another couple. They're crazy.
It's just I want to out of everyone, I want to sit down with Kathy Hilton. She's funny.
Well, I want to sit because she probably. Oh, she doesn't have family money. That's Kathy. Yeah.
Yeah, she married into family money. Kyle, they didn't come from money. This is what side note. This is what Kyle's mom did. She kind of pimped them all out to be child actors.
But Mo worked for the Hilton family for a while until the 80s.
When Kathy met Rick, yeah.
Okay,
back on track. But Brittany meets Janet and Michelle, orders an extra dirty martini. I mean, that bitch deserves it. She deserves a whole bottle of Tito's at this point. She said she went over to the house because she had Amazon packages sent there by accident. Got some clothes, and then she went in the bathroom, and there was a thong near the sink with a baby wipe on it. Literally looked like a freaking silk bonnet. or like nasty underwear, like those ugly white silk ones that maybe you get as a joke on your bachelorette party. And like, why did I'm not as concerned that Jack's hooked up with someone. I'm more concerned that this skank that came over to a home that has like pictures of like his wife and child there left the underwear on the counter with a nasty baby wipe on it, like cleaning the vajay. Yeah, but throw it out. Like no one's jealous. Everyone's grossed out. No one's jealous because also.
Did Jax know she was going over there?
I mean, no, but it's like also okay. So Brittany's not coming over. You're gonna leave that? That's gross.
It might have been that morning or something. I don't know.
Throw it out. We live together and are married, and I love you. I'm not leaving my underwear with the baby wipe on our counter all day. Like,
what was the baby wipe for?
She's probably cleaning the vajay.
Ew.
Ew. Stealing the son's baby wipes to clean your nasty vajay.
Ew.
Like, and I just can't get over the underwear. It was ugly.
Well, if it was that girl with the big bubby, she was pretty.
Oh, yeah. So then they flash and they show us the picture. So remember a long time ago, because it's so funny when this stuff is happening and there's like pictures, but it's like, oh my God, we haven't even seen this season of Valley. So like 6 months ago when this was happening, remember he was photographed with that girl. And I was like, look at the watermelon titties on that girl. And
shout out to Chris Saunders.
Oh my God, for my boobies. Best around Delaware. Mine don't look like that though, because that's too much. But Michelle was then saying at the lunch, so they're all like grossed out by the dirty underwear. Michelle said that Jesse's girlfriend, so we haven't seen her and we don't know her name, but we know she lives in Orange County because the episode before he's like, maybe I'll move to Orange County. And it's like, no, you won't. She's like, Michelle's so funny. She's like, well, we can go to court and the judge will say no. So it's like, yeah, just shut up. But she said that Jesse's girlfriend sent a nasty text to her and wants to send cease and desist to everyone. This is my opinion. Don't date someone on reality TV. Your name hasn't even been brought up. So no one like knows who she is. We just know she's a woman in Orange County, which could be anybody. But it's like, she acts like her name's being thrown out there and they're saying stuff about her.
Right.
I mean, that was like a little psychotic. And guess what? If you want to be with him forever, you're probably going to end up being on the show.
Right.
Don't meet these people and then want a private life.
And they know.
Yeah, that makes no sense. And I feel like everyone out there, I'm sorry, a little bit wants to be on TV.
Absolutely.
I mean, she lives in Orange County, not LA, but everyone in LA wants to be on TV. That's why these people.
Well, you saw it with the Jersey Shore people. They always wanted to go back to the house.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, so obviously they're signing non-disclosures to be on TV. Not like anyone that Emerald's bringing home this summer on Summerhouse. We haven't seen one person. Don't you think that's weird?
Mike and Paul used to like, hey, bring us back to the house.
I mean, I saw all these old clips the other day, and
we want to see the smush room.
Yeah, ew, we had to like watch the old ones. Now, like everyone's like boring on the New Jersey Shore.
Oh, that was MTV.
I know. Thank God. Thank God for Dina and Snooki still being like meatballs a little bit.
Mm-hmm.
But then Michelle kind of like just breaks down. She's like, I just want to get divorced. So that answers your question. They're not finalized. But even when it is finalized, you got a kid. You got to deal with that person until the kid's 18. And guess what? Even when they are 18, you got to plan a wedding together.
Well, maybe that's why they're fighting more, because they're trying to divvy up the clients or whatever.
Yeah, but you know what? Jesse kept the house. And I knew he'd fight freaking tooth and nail for that house because it's down the street from Chateau Marmont, or however you say it. Very like exclusive like hotel, and like celebrities go there. So you know that's all he would say. He loved his house so much because it's down the street from it. Because I think his house is so inconducive for like a child. It's like a single house, but that's also kind of douchey. It's like you guys have the house together and like the mom and the kid have to leave. Even though she said they do share the kid 50-50 and she wants it that way.
Mm-hmm.
But she said she does not want, when it's Isabella's time, which I agree, you're always leaving her with nannies. We all have lives, and maybe if you do have a work commitment, but plan your social single life when you don't have the kid half the time. And she said they do every other weekend. So those are your weekends. Do you know what I mean? It's like, don't get your kid and then dump them with a babysitter all the time just because you want to go out.
Well, I will give a shout out to me and you because we are hands-on parents.
Yeah. And I probably would say to you, if we were going through this, if you are busy for that Friday, I'll just keep the girls. And then, you know what I mean?
I'll just go to Italy. See you guys once a year.
Capri. Jesse, Capri. Remember, he'd always say like that. I'm like, shut up. I wonder if he's still summering in Capri. But then we get the doozy. We get the ending of the episode. We get Brittany and Cruz going over to the house. So Jax isn't home yet. And it has to be like so weird for Brittany to go into the house. And it's like, she still pays the bill. So she can go into that house, in my opinion, whenever she damn well pleases. But it's got to be weird to go in that house. And it's like, for now, not your house. I noticed there was pictures turned around.
Ooh.
Yeah. So it's like, oh, why? So your big titty girlfriend can come in. But they have all this signage around that says like, the Couchy household and blah, blah, blah. And whenever I see the last name Couchy, I'm like, who's that? And then I'm like, oh yeah, that's Jax's real last name. It's not Taylor. Jax Taylor is like a stage name. His real name is Jason Couchy. And it's just like, they have all this signage around. It's like, you're going into like go to her apartment, honestly. Like, I wouldn't even want to bring people back until you're fully divorced, your shit's down. Why does that woman even want to go there, leave the dirty thong on the sink?
I agree.
But then Brittany's going to get a cup of milk for Cruz, and there's like a cup with lipstick in the fridge, and she's trying to get him the milk, and then cameras are covered in the house also. So we got the pictures turned around, cameras are covered, then Jax comes in, then all hell breaks loose. Thank God the nanny, Zuli, whatever her name is, took Cruz to the park. Brittany wasn't holding back. She's like, you need to go get help. If you don't go, and she did say that. She said, if you don't go, I'm filing for divorce. I'm getting a restraining order, and I'm going
for divorce, right?
No, they were separated. But she said, I'm filing for divorce. I'm getting a restraining order, and I'm getting full custody. And you know what? She could get full custody legally because if he has a drug problem and is refusing to get treatment, no one's going to like that.
Yeah, I heard her say, I'm clean right now. Are you?
Yeah.
Could you pass the drug test?
Yeah. Like, I don't put it past Brittany and all of the Vanderpump cast back in the day. I bet they used to drink, do a little coke, have a little fun.
Now they got kids, they're getting older.
And she said that Jax, his problem is he'll go out, he'll party, and the next day his like come down, miserable, he's crazy, he's out of control with the baby in the house. That's unacceptable. And excuse me, he's not even a baby. He's the same age as our youngest. So our youngest Sophia is 4. So you can't act like
my
that.
baby.
The baby. You can't act like that. But typical Jax fashion, Brittany's like, you need to get help. You have an addiction. So that's the first time we hear it. Like, he confessed to it a month ago, and you know why he did?
Really? That's it?
Yeah, you know what? He did a whole interview last month, and you know why? Because he knew this was going to come out. He's trying to save face.
I thought he confessed to it on Vanderpump Rules.
No.
Years ago. Like,
no, we just know.
Problem.
No. We just knew. We were putting 2 and 2 together. So let's picture this. The Valley was filmed in the summer.
Mm-hmm.
Just last month, in March, he confessed that he had a coke problem and that he was 83 days sober. Wait, why haven't you been months sober? This was filmed in the summer. Everyone's intervening, saying, you need to get help. You need to get help.
I told you he wasn't ready.
Yeah. But it's like, he's coming out last month like a saint. Oh, I have a drug addiction. I'm sober. Now you see this, and it's like, okay, you're only 83 days sober, and you should be months sober. But of course, he is the problem.
Sober from everything or just coke?
Sober from everything.
So no alcohol.
He did give up alcohol. So I think he's like a Carl from Summerhouse. If he drinks, he's going to do coke.
So you have the people that say they're sober, but they do like weed every day.
Yeah. California sober, they call it. I had to sip my margarita as we're talking about being sober. Yeah. But so Jax is like, oh, could you pass a drug test? Yeah. Like, you do coke. And then Brittany's like, give me one. I'd pass one right now. Would you?
Well, he walked away.
Yeah. And then he's like, I'm not doing this anymore. But like, I can't even believe he's like, oh, like, you've never done it. It's like, being out when you're young partying is so different than now and remember, he's 10 years older than Brittany. So he's like a grandpa.
Yeah, I got it.
And he's packing his bag. He's going not to a drug facility, though. He's going to a mental health place.
Got it.
So that's annoying, too. It's like, no, you actually need to go to like a freaking rehab for drugs and alcohol instead. So the first time he did this, he went and he was like, came out and he said, I'm bipolar and I have anger issues. Yeah, no shit, bitch. Now get your ass to rehab. I could tell you were bipolar and have anger issues. He never went to rehab until months after this.
Got it.
Then he went to rehab. So I think well, it's summer in the Valley. This season of the Valley is really heating up and it's going to be good. I mean, as everyone's life turns into shambles, it's good. TV.
It's drama.
I know.
Nobody wants to see everybody not drinking and being boring.
I know. So now we're going to switch gears. We're still in the summer mode. We got Summerhouse. We got West thinking he's making progress with Sierra by saying bye. If you were West, would you be looking at Sierra all this summer and be like, damn, I'm stupid?
Yeah.
I mean, she's gorgeous and she's cool.
Carl's moving on her now.
Well, that's not going to happen. Like, I feel so bad. Carl's like, at the end, he's like, I have a confession. I have a crush on you. And then you can tell Sierra's face is like, oh, no, damn, don't say that because you know I'm not going to like you back. But West is like a little nerdy looking, maybe. But I don't think Sierra would touch that with a 10-foot pole because finally, for once this summer, all the girls are cool. And it's like, she's not going to do that to Lindsay.
I agree.
And I think, honestly, we forget. Sometimes I forget Sierra hooked up with Austin, got burned by him, hooked up with West. I think she's done with Bravo now.
Definitely.
I mean, so she's
smart.
Yeah, she's not making an exception.
Because at the end, when Carl said, I have a crush on you, she was like, her eyes got big. Like, what are you talking about?
Yeah, like, no, please don't. Please don't. Now I'm going to have
you
to.
got no shot, buddy.
Well, the other relationship, how annoying is Jesse and Lexi? So who do you think is the stage 5 clinger, Jesse or Lexi?
Both, I guess. I don't know. I can't figure it out.
So Lexi is now confessing all this episode.
I don't like either of them, though, just to let you know.
Yeah.
Both annoying. And I don't know how the little girl got all the drama, like, put on her. It's like, she had the whole episode. I'm like, who cares about this little girl?
Who cares about? And she really is a little girl, if you think about it. So Paige is like 32 and Lexi's 26. Like, she really is a little girl.
Terrible.
Like, if I was there sharing the house with her.
Show and like get on full. Is she full time or a friend?
No, she's full time.
Wow, I didn't know that.
So remember that girl Bailey that came like at the beginning with her? So she's just stayed it out because then we later have found out that she was going back to the city, spoiling, like giving spoiler alerts, which you're definitely not allowed to.
Mm-hmm.
And then she was like apparently talking shit about all of them.
Wow.
But this is what I think Lexi did, which was not smart. Put all her eggs in the basket of just getting to know Jesse and socializing with him. She's like really not friends with the girls. Like, this was the most out of all the episodes that she sat and talked with the girls. But besides that, like, she doesn't hang out with the girls.
Mm-hmm.
But really, this episode made me open my eyes and see that Jessie is the stage 5 clinger. So she's telling Amanda, yeah, like back in the city during the week, he'll like call me so much and FaceTime me that like I've actually had to be like, can you not call me that much?
I can see that.
That's annoying. Usually girls are the ones that do that.
During the episode, he was like, my friends are lying behind my back and shit like that.
Yeah, but it's like, no, your friends kind of think you're wackadoo as well. This is my thought on both of them. She used to date Posh Spice and David Beckham's child. I mean, she's already kind of like a somebody before coming on the show. She could get anyone she wants. I don't find Jesse necessarily attractive, but he could get anyone he wants as well. So I don't really know why they've known each other for 1 month. They're always talking about how jealous everyone is. They're arguing pretty much all the time. I think the whole house is like dumbfounded why they're both wasting time.
Yeah.
Like Paige is like, if it's this like red flaggy this much at the beginning, like I think
definitely
you need to
I heard
leave.
her say that.
And, you know, I always get the, like, negative vibes from West, and him and Jesse are, like, best friends, so, you know, like, if your best friend thinks she's not the right one, then it's not the right one. I mean, I just thought that was interesting this episode we were seeing he's being, like, annoying, and then she's clearly giving negative body language to him before the party, and he's feeling it, and I love the theme of this party. Paige is like, "I have waited and worked my whole life to get everyone in the bed," because everyone makes fun of Paige. Back in the day when her and Hannah were on Summerhouse together, everyone's like, "They're bed bugs. They don't leave the bed," and blah, blah, blah. So they did Sierra, Paige, and Amanda did a, like, bed bug slumber
Yeah, it was
party
cool.
theme.
That was
So
cool.
cute.
Yeah.
So I saw today on Instagram, I forget what brand it was, but they custom made their outfits. So they were supposed to look like a bedspread. And then they had, like, sleep mask as the tank top. And I just thought that was so cute. They had the little bar car. Their party and then Carl's pirate party was good too. Because so I think Bravo gives them a budget.
Sure.
But then I think they pay for some of this, like, on their own, and obviously sponsored. Like, who wouldn't want to just give you their free, like, bar service for the name to be on the show?
Dave, what was Jersey Shore, MTV?
Mm-hmm.
You know, they were paying for those meals. Remember Mike was ordering all that food?
Oh my God. Yeah. No, he would, like, order one of everything on the menu. And I'm like, yeah, probably because MTV's freaking paying for it. I would too.
He was not paying.
No, it definitely not.
Like we went to Eddie V's after that Bluey thing, and the table next to us ordered this seafood tower, and it was like $200. It was awesome. But Mike would order that because it was on MTV.
Yeah, I know. Yeah, he's like, we'll get that. We'll get this. And
I'm
this
looking
and
at all the damn prices.
Yeah. The one thing that is so funny too, all the girls, so this is the generation gap. So we're talking about Lexi being 26 and Paige is like 31, 32. I think Amanda's like the same age. And Lindsay's like 38. And then Carl and Kyle are like 40 something. So, I mean, Lexi's the baby of the house. I'm not sure how old Gabby is, but, and then Jesse's 31, Wes is 29. So actually, Wes is kind of young too, but I don't understand the difference between Jesse and Lexi are exclusive, but they're not boyfriend and girlfriend. And Amanda's like,
stupid.
I don't understand the difference. And then she's like, I feel like there is no difference. And Gabby said, no, I saw on TikTok there is a difference.
I don't like either of them.
I mean, for my opinion, if you say to someone, oh, I'm exclusively dating you, so I'm only seeing you, I'm only sleeping with you, I'm only going on dates with you, that's your girlfriend or boyfriend. Like, what's the difference? I don't get this lingo. I don't miss or understand being in this. Oh my God, and we forgot to say Schwartzy made an appearance.
Schwartzy looked good.
Yeah, I mean, honestly, blondes aren't my style. Kyle is probably, I would nominate, the most attractive in the house. But then when Schwartzy comes in, it's like, that's what I mean. Like, Schwartzy's way more attractive than Jesse. And it's like, Lexi is a model and she's young. It's like, find somebody else. Don't even deal with this
Schwartzy's my man because he's a big drinker. And they were like, the first scene, it was like, Tom, do you want a shot? He's like, yeah.
He was like an angel in like a white suit.
He's never going to say no.
That was cute. Oh, yeah. And then Kyle was like a sloth, like a sleepy sloth.
Mm-hmm.
Carl was just wearing like pajamas. West was like wearing those like
the pop-up thing.
Yeah, don't wake grandpa. Like, remember like those games? And then when I was little, there was this show and it was called Bananas in Pajamas. And it was like giant bananas in like blue and white pinstripe pajamas. And I was like, Wes looks like a banana in the pajamas.
You look like an old Popeye.
Yeah. He had the little sleep cap on. Mm-hmm. See, that was cute. Oh my God, no. Do you know what? That is literally the pajamas that the guy wore in Pinocchio, the dad, the puppet builder. I only remember this because I just watched Pinocchio like 2 months ago with the girls.
By yourself?
Yeah, by myself when the girls are at school watching Pinocchio. But so Jesse and Lexi have like an annoying talk. This is why I'm just getting annoyed. It's like every freaking episode.
That's what I'm saying. The whole episode is about them too, and I hate them both.
And Emerald wasn't there, or else he would have been having like a threesome on this like outside bed they had probably. So Lexi's talking about Toegate. So this is the wild thing. Jesse is mad at Lexi for holding West up in the club the week prior. And he's like, you were flirting with West. And she's like, he was like blacked out and I was just holding him up. She's like, when I wasn't even here for the weekend, not only did I hear you're flirting with Sierra, which he was, you're getting your toe sucked while Emerald has these girls naked. So, yeah, Jesse didn't have sex with these girls, but why are you walking in on a threesome? Like, they're all naked.
Yeah, what the hell did he go in there for?
Yeah.
That was stupid.
And then he was in there for 37 minutes.
Weird.
37 minutes.
Weird.
And I'm sorry, getting your toe sucked and people are naked and having sex, that's cheating. That's cheating. You just laying in that bed with people getting it on is cheating. I mean, why are you in there? Like you said, like, I don't know. He's weird. But I really do think like he's come out and say like he came on hard.
One episode, maybe it was 2 ago. Remember the bedboard was hidden and one of the girls heard him.
Paige, yeah, she's like 3:30 in the morning. I'm already anxious.
He's like, what a douche.
So it pretty much just wraps up with like Carl confessing his love to Sierra and then Jesse and Lexi fighting.
Sierra ain't gonna go for that.
No, definitely not. We get Paige on Watch What Happens Live. So it's so fascinating watching Southern Charm. Then Paige breaks up with Craig. So we're all feeling bad for Craig. Then Summerhouse comes out and we're all like, no, Craig, you're like, you were blind. Or not blind. He wasn't blindsided. He was blind to being blindsided. Like he was in denial. That's a better.
I'm on Team Paige.
Yeah, Team Paige.
I'm not a big Craig fan at all.
Yeah, you don't like him and Austin because you said their voices are annoying.
Oh my God. So annoying.
Austin redeemed himself this season for me, though.
Austin's all right.
Yeah, he's like, okay. Shep is lost and pointless, but Craig was being a little bratty with that room in the Bahamas. He's like, why are we all in this presidential
Austin's
suite?
growing on me. Shep and Craig are annoying.
Yeah. So Paige is like confused why people think she wasn't the breadwinner.
She was the bad guy or not?
She said she was shocked a little bit at like how much people came at her, but it's really because Craig was painting a different picture. And then Andy was like, would you have gotten married at BravoCon? She was like, Andy, do you think my wedding invitation was going to have the word convention center in it?
Right.
And that's what I'm confused. Like, Craig was with Paige for 3 years. Did he really think she was serious? I mean, that's her sarcasm. She needs someone sarcastic. Did you love the question last night, though? They were like, a person wrote in, do you regret not staying with Andrea and like leaving it for Craig?
My Italian friend.
Yeah, and she was like, no, but you always get mad at me, but definitely he wins the most attractive on Bravo for sure. But so she was like really head over heels, kind of crushing. I don't think she like thought they were gonna like date and get married, but she really, really liked him. And remember, he was like, oh, I'm talking to other girls too. So he kind of was like,
I didn't know that.
Yeah. And then when she expressed that was like kind of upsetting her, then he did stop talking to other girls and they kind of like felt out and like did like go on some dates after Winter House. But she was like obsessed with him. I mean, he was bringing the coffee every morning to her. And Sierra was probably like, no, just keep him around as the butler. But Paige said she really grew close to Austin. But like, obviously it's like Team Summerhouse versus Team Southern Charm. Like everyone is just sticking on each side. And that's understandable. I didn't think anything else would really happen. But it does suck because Paige became friends with all them and Craig became friends with all them. But he had his tiff with Kyle about the Loverboy and Spritz thing. So
that's right.
They're probably like, good riddance, Craig. So Paige, they asked also if she was dating that guy, that Joe D'Amelio guy. So she's like, I am dating and I am enjoying myself, but I don't have a boyfriend. So I don't know why she waited this long to say that. She should have been like, this isn't my boyfriend, but yeah, I'm kind of saying it.
I agree.
And it's fine because you know what? A, she was mentally checked out of that relationship with Craig in the summer because we're seeing it unfold on Summerhouse. And then B, she broke up with him in November. She was spotted with that guy in January. That's fine. You could be spotted with someone a week later as long as you've broken up. Maybe a little cold.
And they don't even have any kids together.
Yeah. And I'm actually surprised they lasted as long as they did because I knew no one was moving.
Yeah, I think she was moving on before they even broke up.
Well, I think this is what he should have done. You're both young. I mean, he's 38. I get like he wants to start moving in the direction of like living together, getting engaged. I understand and agree with that. But the fact that he wasn't supportive for her podcast tour, that's like a once in a lifetime thing.
Yeah, he seemed like he was jealous of her.
Yeah, and it's like, are you really going to like have a baby right now? Like, I don't think so. So it's like, let her rake it in while she can, and you're not dying. He's a young 38. He'd be, you're 50 and we have 2 young kids. I mean, it doesn't matter as much for the man.
I'd give you one tonight, too.
I'll pass.
All right, well, I love you.
I love you. Thanks for coming on the pod.
Thanks,
yeah, wait.
Guys.
Let's revisit the Teresa Louie thing. So I saw a rumor the other day, and I knew it was fake, but I had to click on it. Get me with the scams. They said they were suspending Teresa because of what's happening. But I'm like, no, that's like could be true. But obviously it's not. But we need to watch that documentary, The Hollywood Demons, because it was shedding light on all her and Joe's stuff. So this whole time I'm thinking Joe is making her sign stuff. She's entrusting in him, kind of like an Erica Tom Girardi thing, which very well can happen. Your husband says, sign this 30-page document. You're not reading it. You're trusting him and signing it. But now it's come out in this documentary. They were investigating them also because Teresa was lying on paper saying she was a realtor making money per month so she could get loans for these like houses and stuff for Joe. So she was fully in.
Yeah, I think that's gonna break open.
Ask Gia tomorrow though. She'll be like, my mom knew nothing. Yeah. Everything's fine. Louie's the best stepdad. What are you gonna do, Trey?
What are you gonna do about Trey? I want to do a shout out to my sister Renee. We're gonna go to Portobello's tonight. We're gonna try to go.
Yeah,
and use my birthday gift card.
Yeah, your birthday gift
card. Love you,
Renee. Yeah, we love you, Nene. Wait, I told them how that was so funny that Erica on Real Housewives of Beverly Hills has my name with the K, and then her mom's name is Renee, and then Erica's middle name is Nene, and I'm like, oh my God, that's all weird.
I know, it's weird.
That's weird. Well, we're going to go and enjoy our night out. Final cheers.
Yeah, cheers. Let's get
Look
some
in
food.
the eye. Look in the eye.
Look in the eye.